We're going to meet a man who's back out on tour with the full Monty play. It's doing the rounds of the UK theatres at the moment, and it's coming to Belfast between the 23rd and the 27th of January. You've seen him on The X Factor, you've seen him on Dancing on Ice, and now you're going to see him take to the stage in the full Monty. We're talking about Jake Quickenden, and he joins us now. Jake, how are you today?
Love that. Yeah, thank you. I'm great, thank you. Yeah, looking forward to come to Belfast, not gonna lie.
Now, you must have been in Belfast many times before.
Yeah, I've been on tour. Every tour I've done, we've been to Belfast, and I can honestly say it's one of the best places to go. The crowds are always really up for it. It's a lovely place. Everyone's really friendly. So yeah, looking forward to coming next week.
So is it good to be back on the road? Because I know you had some time off recently. You were away skiing, weren't you?
Yeah, I had some time off over Christmas, which has been nice because usually I'm doing a show over Christmas. I'm doing panto or something like that. So this year decided to take that time off, be with the family, have a Christmas at home. Me and the wife got to spend some time together. So we went skiing. I don't think we've had a proper conversation last year. So it was nice to get some just me and her time. And then, yeah, now crack on back with the tour until the end of April. So yeah, looking forward to getting back busy and getting into a bit of a routine and just doing the show. Like, it's such a great show. It's so kind of funny. It's so relatable. People really seem to connect with it. So it's an enjoyable show to do. Do you know what I mean?
So what about when you first heard that you were doing the full Monty? Because it's such an iconic show. The film is about 25 years old now. So was it a bit nerve-wracking when you heard you were going to do this production?
100%. Like, for me, it's always nerve-wracking getting on stage, but it's something that I just love to do. So you can't let those nerves ever stop you from doing anything. So for me, it's actually my first play. I've been on tour 3 times with 3 different musicals, but this is my first play. So it was quite nerve-wracking thinking about just concentrating on acting. I didn't have to sing. And then I saw the names in the show. You've got Danny Hatchard, Bill Ward, Neil Hurst. You've got some really incredible actors. I was like, oh, this is going to be tough. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, they all welcomed me with open arms. And I think as a cast, we all gel so well together. We've become like a family. And like you said, it's such an iconic show. Like, I think everybody just wanted to do it justice, wanted to make it the best show we can. And I think we've done that. All the reviews have been incredible. People have really enjoyed it. You get a different person for everything. Like, you get the Hindus that are there just to see us take our kit off at the end. But then you get the people that remember the film and they're kind of intrigued by the story and how they can relate to it. And it's got so many issues that people are still going through today. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it kind of connects so well with people.
I'm glad you mentioned the issues in the show, because most of them are still relevant today. And back in 1997, when the movie came out, things were still a bit taboo back then. I'm thinking about things like mental health issues.
100%, and that's why it's so important to get it right, because it was very taboo. Nobody really spoke about it, especially guys. We didn't sit down and talk about it. So for these kind of 6 guys to come together, and then to start off with, it's a bit jokey, but then we really start hitting some really important points. You've got obviously Gaz fighting with the breakdown of his marriage and the custody of his children. Everyone's lost jobs. The cost of living is high, like it is now. You've got my character's a gay character, so you've got the homophobia that he kind of comes up against, and not being able to kind of Lompers not being able to come out. So there's so many different issues that are still very relatable. But you've got body issues with Neil's character Dave and kind of his body issues, and it's nice to see 6 guys talking about it, coming together, but also having a laugh about it, because I think that's how we deal best with things. Like, when I've gone through hard times, talking about it's helped, but also being able to make light of the situation helps as well. And I think that's what the show does, the film did. So it's a great show for guys to come watch. Our audiences are mainly women for an unknown reason. I can't really tell. But I think it's an important show for guys to come watch, because they can relate with so many of the issues going on in there. And it makes a huge difference for them when they watch it.
And you've been very open about your struggles over the years as well, and I think that has helped a lot of other people open up about their struggles and difficulties as well.
You know, I think if you're given a platform, and I've done a few TV shows now, and I've got a fair few followers on Instagram, but to have that platform, you also have a bit of responsibility. And before, I used to just post everything that was great. But but I realised that probably didn't help many people. So when I started talking about my own issues and obviously issues with grief and mental health, anxiety, because not every day is a great day for anyone. Do you know what I mean? We all have our down days. So to be able to talk about that, if I help one person a month, do you know what I mean? It's I'm doing something right, and I'm using that kind of platform that I've got in the right way. So I'll continue to do that, continue to be honest and open with everyone, and hopefully it helps more and more people.
Now, what about being on tour for such a long time? Because you're going to be away from your wife, you're going to be away from your young son. That must be very difficult.
Yeah, honestly, if I could have one downside about the work I do, it's the downside is being away from home. But I understand how kind of lucky I am to be doing something I love, and I'll never take that for granted. So for me, you got to take the rough with the smooth. And yeah, I'm away from home, but everything I'm doing is for them. I want to be able to give them a lovely life, and my children understand, and I get to see him, and he's the best kid in the world, and that's why it was so important spending this 5 weeks with him that I got off, and obviously my wife as well, but she's very understanding. But it is hard being away. But there's people away all the time. There's people fighting in wars. There's people working shifts. People are always away from the family. So you've just got to look at the positives and think, I'm doing something that I love. I'm earning a bit of money, and so hopefully one day I can take them on nice holidays and do nice things. So, yeah.
And I saw a lovely clip on your Instagram with yourself and Leo in the kitchen. So tell me this, are you any good in the kitchen then?
I am shocking. That was out of the box, that cake mix, trust me. But yeah, I just like doing little things like that with Leo, and obviously my stepson Freddie, and he's a bit older now. He didn't want to bake cakes with me. He just wants to play football or Fortnite. But yeah, I love doing little things like that, and it was just a cute little video. But I am shocking in the kitchen. My wife will definitely agree. I am not a cook.
So you're coming back to Belfast in the full Monty, and I know a lot of ladies will be looking forward to seeing you guys getting your kit off at the end of the show. But was there a lot of preparation for that? Did you have to head back to the gym and stuff?
Well, I had my first MMA fight last year, so I was training pretty hard for that. So it came at a good time, the full Monty, because I was in pretty good shape. It's been a heavy Christmas, I'm not going to lie. So I need to get back into the gym pretty soon. But again, it's it is about that, but it's not about that. It's about just normal guys.
Yeah.
And when you're walking down the street, I love keeping fit. I love going to the gym, but for my head now than anything else. And when you look at the normal guy on the street, not everybody's got chiseled abs and massive biceps. So it's important to show that as well. My character's the only one that goes to the gym religiously, so I've got to kind of keep in a little bit of shape. Yeah. And like I say, I love doing the gym anyway. I love working out. So for me, that's important anyway in my routine and in my life. But yeah, last year it came at a perfect time because I was pretty ripped. But if you come in this year, then I'm sorry, you're not going to get the same kind of the same side of body.
And what was it made you want to do the MMA stuff?
Do you know what? With me, it's just I always like to do something that challenges me. And if I'm not kind of working towards a goal or something to work towards, then I don't function very well. So yeah, that was the one reason. My dad was a boxer, and my two brothers boxed, and I just chose to play football. So when it came about, I was like, right, I can show them boys that I can fight a little bit as well. So yeah, I took it, and it was the best thing I've done. I loved it.
And will you get back in the ring and do any more?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to get this tour out of the way first, and then I'll get training again for another one.
And now that you've done some straight acting in the full Monty play, would you like to do some more? Would you like to do some film and TV maybe?
100%. That's definitely the ambition this year. Finish the tour, just keep working on myself, and kind of keep watching these amazing guys that I work with. And if a TV role comes up, I'll snatch it, and again, just work as hard as I can. But yeah, I'd love to do something a bit more serious, a bit more dark, and a bit more kind of, yeah, TV wise. I love doing theatre. I love being on stage, but I'd love to do, I don't know, a Netflix kind of series or something. You've just had Michelle Keegan doing that one on Netflix. It's gone down. That's something that I'd love to get into, but I know that I'm probably not there just yet. I need to keep working hard. But if it's like anything, if you put your mind to it, you can get there with a bit of hard work and a bit of kind of dedication and a bit of belief as well. Do you know what I mean? You got to believe in yourself as well. So yeah, hopefully one day.
Now, if I had to push you to choose a favourite scene in the full Monty, what would it be?
The end of Act 1 is probably my favourite bit. I'm not going to give too much away, but it's the first time you see any flesh. I'll just say that.
Well, Jake, it's been lovely talking to you, and we look forward to seeing you in Belfast for the full Monty, which comes to the Grand Opera House between the 23rd and 27th of January.
Nice one, thanks. Nice chatting.
And straight after Belfast, you can catch the full Monty on tour in Birmingham, Southend, Manchester, Glasgow, Newcastle, Poole, Aberdeen, Leicester, Bath and Canterbury.